does an interview with ice packs on their groin. Unless that's a part of Hollywood you don't see.
Well, we planned it that way, didn't we?
This guy has just come and intercepted me after a game and is like, oh, she looks like a girl who's going to put ice packs on her groin. Let's have a chat.
So why don't you tell me a little bit about who you are, and I want to get to know you.
Can you remind me your name?
My name's Jay.
Jay, of course. So I'm Emerald. I'm somebody that tends to forget my own name, yet alone everybody else's. One of my proudest parts of this week actually has been my name recall. I've met so many people, I've had so many hugs and fist bumps, and I've remembered so many names. And I've met so many dogs and I've remembered their names too. I mean, why is it easier to remember a dog's name? I don't know.
Therapeutic. They are.
I've needed some big kind of bear hugs this week, and I've had them. I really have.
Good.
So it's a really special place, and I'm somebody that needs special places.
So is Emerald your nickname?
No, Emerald is my name. It's always been my name. I'm Emerald Grace Davey. The Davey comes from Wales. Davey is a classic Welsh surname, and the Emerald comes from Ireland, from the Emerald Isles.
So you're tell me about your childhood. What was it like growing up?
I want to use the N word. I want to say it was normal, but what is normal? I don't know. I was your classic nerdy pants. I liked reading. I liked playing and making mud pies.
So you're a good student.
I was a very good student. I was known as the 100% kid.
Oh.
I worked hard.
Friends?
I was busy, you know, I knew everyone, but as I became older, it became clear that I was maybe slightly oblivious.
Right.
And looking back, I would say I was bullied quite a lot, and I didn't quite understand it at the time.
Right. And so when did you find football?
I played as a little girl. I was one of the only girls on the boys' team, which really was just a team. I've still got my Man of the Match medal from when I played to the 8 years old. So it's obviously something that's very affirming. If I'm 27 now, and if I've still got that medal, I hope I've got it in my mind. I can picture it very clearly, and I guess that's close enough to the same thing. And it's just been in and out of my life, really, like a ball. It comes and it goes.
Right. Well, you've got this radiant personality. Where does that come from?
I've had to dig deep inside of myself and find it.
So let's dig deep. What was so buried? What was so buried in your life?
For me, I started burying myself. I think Emerald is a gem that is formed under pressure, and I placed a lot of pressure on myself. I felt that I had to be perfect, and I didn't feel very perfect. I experienced tics, and I was incredibly conscious of that. My ice pack has just burst over me, and I'm sure I'm going to start ticking soon. So if I start flipping you off, you haven't offended me, it's that I'm leaking. No. Although to be honest, it's quite, ice is quite nice.
So what happened?
I don't know where the start point is. So maybe it's not a good place to start. But one day I just found myself at the bottom. I found myself at the point where I thought there is no worse to go. There is nowhere
need you
below
to say
this.
exactly what the bottom means to you. What is as bottom as it gets?
As bottom as it gets, I think it is crossing a border to flee modern slavery into a government that doesn't recognize you, that doesn't see you, that is built upon your oppression, wanting to end your life, next? I think alone, wounded,
Physically
terrified.
wounded?
physically wounded.
Can you tell me about that physically wounded part?
Yeah, I remember coming to football. That's one of my teammates now. She's coming to check on me. I came to football one day. I was living in modern slavery at the time. I had a stab wound in my belly. And I just came and had a nice time. I just came and I played
You
football.
got stabbed?
Yeah.
Over what? Could you share that?
I think it's just mental illness. Mental illness.
Figure of speech.
Literally mental illness. And I take that approach of there's no bad. I don't believe in bad and I don't believe in punishment. I believe in sickness and healing.
So, how did you just get into street soccer, this event, almost street soccer Wales?
I went into a hostel. And, it was a pretty good hostel, really. I was 18, I just left care. So I was really fortunate to go to a good children's home. It was a good one. It wasn't enough. There were problems, I went into care and I was raped almost immediately. So that's a systemic failing. That's a systemic failing. But I was fortunate to go to a good children's home. But at 18 you have to go.
Are you able to have relationships now? Healthy relationships?
I think that's where my radiance comes from. I don't know.
Life?
I love life. I find beauty anywhere I go, in the skies, in nature, in the skylines, in junk I find on the floor. I found a keyring on the floor yesterday. I found less than a keyring. I found part of a broken keyring. And I leapt into the air in delight because I can find what makes me happy and absolutely celebrate it. And I think that is the gift of the bottom.
So when people hear about where I'm at, they're like, well, it's really hard to grasp for someone who has an experience meeting someone like yourself, a real human being with a real personality, with the mission to live life to its fullest.
Oh, that's not my mission.
Well,
my
your
mission
personality
is
certainly
to
demonstrates
save
that.
the world.
Okay.
I'm gonna save the world.
Okay.
Me, Emerald Grace Navy, I'm gonna save the world. I promise you.
Okay, so
I've got
that's a big.
spreadsheets. I've got spreadsheets.
So I was being subtle then. Is that what you're saying?
I'm subtle.
No, I was being subtle.
Have a plan. I can't do subtle, Jay.
No,
I can't do subtle.
I said I was doing subtle.
Okay.
Not you. You're no subtleness to you.
I haven't got subtle. I don't know what
I'm
subtle
fully
is.
aware of that. So what would you say to people that really need to understand how beneficial the sport is, but also this new family to you is, and the impact today so far it's had on your life?
I would ask them to imagine trying your hardest. Get onto a track, like a racetrack. We're sitting in the middle of a field and there are the lanes around us. Step into those lanes, set yourself up and run. Empty the tank. And then all around you, imagine people throwing stones at you and saying, you didn't try hard enough. You didn't try hard enough. You're not good enough. You're not good enough. We don't want you. And keep going. And then at the end, when you can't run anymore, see your goal and let it be a good goal. Let it be something really kind and benevolent. Let it be something really selfless. It is this goal of giving, and see it right ahead of you and run towards it. And then see those people that threw those stones and said that you can't do it, that they don't want you, that you're not good enough, and see them put a wall in front of it. And that's a human being. The person on the other side of that wall is a human being. And maybe you see them sat on the floor. Maybe you see them running at it. Maybe you see them trying to climb it. Maybe you see them trying to figure it out. Maybe you see them holding up a mirror and talking to it. Maybe you see them painting it. Maybe you see them singing. Whatever you see them doing by that wall, they're humaning by that wall. And at some point we have to step away from it, metaphorically, and figure out how in the hell we can take it down.
All right, so now's your chance. Hollywood is watching.
Hi, Hollywood.
Hollywood is right here. All right? If you could say, I know you will, I don't even have to preface it that way. Speak to Hollywood.
I believe in belonging. I believe in this absolute, fundamental, radical principle of belonging. And belonging is radical. Belonging is radical because it brings up debates like pro-life or pro-choice, capital punishment, nature, nurture. Belonging is radical. And if we can all agree, I believe we can all agree that belonging is the root. It is the number one. It is the foundation, unifying principle. From there, you can do whatever the hell you want. Do whatever the hell you want with belonging, as long as you choose belonging. I believe next comes hope. I believe it's hope, choice, tenacity. Maybe you believe it's something else, but as long as you believe it is belonging, then we will change the world.
I'm just curious, what did you say to Hope Solo?
I haven't met Hope Solo.
No?
But I had a glance on her Insta, and I've got to say I was really pleased to see another woman working hard to change the world, because I certainly don't have enough role models. I know that I'm a Welsh woman. I don't know. I cannot think of many Welsh women that I've had to look up to. Certainly not many, Welsh women who have been through the adversity that I have. People who are vocal about violence, about modern slavery, about sexism, ableism, elitism, racism. Wales is a country that was colonized. They took our language and we haven't got it back. It is only this year that they've changed the system from opt-out to opt-in, which is one of those just subtle techniques of social change, of social transformation, of let's change the world, that lets cultures thrive.
If you could say a message to your team, that'd be great.
Gari. Gari means love. Gari Cymru am Bai, which most people tend to mean Welsh and proud, but it actually means Wales forever.
And to your coaches.
I think you're great football coaches, and it is my honor to work with you to change the world.
And to the Homeless World Cup.
Thank you to the Homeless World Cup, because 6 months ago I didn't think I was gonna make it. At Christmas time, I had a piece of paper and I wrote down, how am I gonna make it through Christmas? And I didn't know how I was gonna make it through Christmas. And then Michael Sheen put a message on Instagram that said the Homeless World Cup was gonna be in California, and I've got an American dream, and California's in America. And I said, I'm gonna go to America. And I said, I'm going. And I started running. It was winter, it was cold, it's Wales, it was raining. And I was literally hearing voices every day. Michael Sheen and Robert Downey Jr. You two held my hand and walked with me to training. I had panic attacks every day because sport, it wakes you back up and it brings your emotions back to you. And you held my hands and I saw myself turn into gold. And I played football and I cried and I started getting better. And they told me that I hadn't made the team. They said, I'm sorry, Emerald, you're not well enough, you're not ready, we can't take you. And I said, I'll see you in California. And I did! I did! Yeah, I did, baby! Yeah, baby! Yeah!
So who won that game?
We did. Oh yeah, we were all crying yesterday.
So we're gonna end with your goal. If you're a commentator, I want you to commentate us through your goal.
Oh, well, the cameras didn't catch it, so it is extremely rare.
So let's
if
start with
anybody
the
witnessed
microphone. Here you go. Here's your microphone. You're the commentator.
Oh my God!
You've got
here
the ball.
She is. She's radiant. Emerald's got the ball. She's stepping up. Is she running or walking? Nobody knows. It's impossible to tell. But she's got the ball, and now she doesn't, and it's because it's in the back of the net. She's celebrating. She's got bunches in. I've never seen a footballer with bunches, but we love it. Yeah, Emerald. I can't believe I did that.
Emerald, you're amazing. You're beautiful. Thank you so much for doing this with us.
Thank you so much.
And you're amazing, and only wish you the best. And so happy we're family members now.
I'm somebody who blows kisses.
I blow back.